Hey, what's going on? My name is Nightwalker L.o.t.s. Chances are you clicked on this video because you use T7 patch and you're probably using it incorrectly. Now, I know what you're thinking. What is this small YouTuber to say that I'm not using the T7 patch correctly? I've actually spent a significant amount of time reverse engineering this game, and Sirius, the creator of T7 patch, is one of the people that actually taught me a lot about what I know. On the public side of things, what I do is I create mod menus for this game, because I've also reversed a lot of the GSC side of this game. And I also make a custom map for this game called Wonder House. It's on Steam Workshop. You can go check it out. So what are you doing to not use T7 patch correctly? The best blanket statement I can probably make to start this off is the misconception of what T7 patch actually does. But before I get into it, I just want to let you know that in the description below is Sirius's actual video of how to install the patch, how to use it, and the proper guidelines and methods of how to keep yourself safe while using the patch. So a lot of what I say in this video is actually coming straight from the horse's mouth. But during this video, I just want to simplify the actual usage and the intended usage of the T7 patch and how to properly use it, so that way while you are using it, you are actually safe. The biggest misconception about the T7 patch is that I am currently using the patch. I should be immune to all bad actors who are intended to hack me. And if you've already been playing multiplayer with the patch and have already been kicked or crashed or what have you, disconnected, or even RCE'd, you can probably be one of the ones to tell people in the comments that this is just not the case. The correct way of looking at the patch instead of looking at it as a shield, the shield is more of a mask. Instead of protecting you against bad actors who want to sit there and attack you, it actually prevents them from being able to get the information or the means to be able to send exploits to you. And there is a huge difference. See, yes, the patch does prevent a lot of stuff, and don't get me wrong, it is actually a really powerful and useful tool if it's being used correctly. You see, if I'm using the patch while I'm in a multiplayer game, I might as well just be using it just for the FPS boost and nothing else. If you have anyone in your lobby that's not using the patch, you're not really using the patch as intended. And that especially goes for if people are in your lobby. If they are the ones who are the bad actors, you're very much not protected. See, the patch doesn't actually really necessarily protect you from anyone that's already in your lobby. There are some things built into the patch that, yes, it will protect you against if, like, for example, a specific exploit does get ran on you from someone inside your lobby, but it's just a matter of time before I try something on you that works. So this is kind of getting back into the whole, it's a mask and not a shield. Because if you can stay under the radar and stay in a state where I don't have any of your information, I have no way of being able to communicate with you unless I am in your lobby and I am trusted, then that's basically the entire intended use of the patch. It is not a shield. It does not make you immune to bad actors. It just allows you to hide from them in a sense. The only people that should be in your lobby are people that you trust, the people that you know are not going to try anything fishy with you, and if you don't trust them, using the patch while in a lobby with them is not going to protect you. So I've gone over a lot of how we don't use the patch. Well, how do we use the patch correctly then? Like, how if it's such a great of a tool but it doesn't protect me against all these scenarios, then how do I use it? Well, to get into that, first I would like to let you know that in the description below is a video directly by Sirius that goes over in depth the intended usage of T7 patch and how exactly you can take all the measures that do exist to protect yourself against any bad actors, especially if you're a high profile streamer in that case. But to summarize this, basically the intended use and the only really way to stay safe using the patch is you're going to want to go ahead and spoof your name, especially if you're streaming. If you're just playing with friends and stuff like that, you don't really need or have a reason to use the patch unless you just want the FPS boost. Secondly, you don't want to give anyone that you don't trust your actual Steam name because, I mean, I can just get your information straight from your XUID. And yes, I can get your XUID just from your Steam name. That is a thing. Next, you're going to want to set this to friends only. And this protects against a very specific exploit where if you have someone's information or know enough information, you can go ahead and just force yourself into a lobby with them, even if they're not on your actual Steam friends list or your Black Ops 3 friends list. And why this is such a big deal is because, again, as I've said, if they're already in your lobby, there's nothing really protecting you further than that. Now, the next thing to do would be setting a network password. When you set a network password, this ensures that only people that are using the patch who have the exact same network password inside here will be able to join you and also be able to see any of your actual session data. What I mean by that is when you join someone, they typically have to give you a hook request, and this would usually prevent anyone, even if they're on your friends list, from joining you because of that. But if they're using the patch and have the exact same network password as you, then they can request only the information that they need in order to join you and will be allowed to join you in that sense. Now, the next part, and this is probably the most important part, is who you are actually playing with, because the intended use of this patch is really for big streamers to sit there and play comfortably and not get remote crashed or remote exploited while they're streaming. That was usually the biggest and main reason this was created, but of course it is very useful for everyone else that just wants to stay safe while playing the game. Now, if you clicked on this video, this probably means that you take your security very seriously, and if so, it's probably in your best interest just not to play multiplayer at all. Or if you do play multiplayer, I can suggest trying to do so while using the CleanOps client, as it's much safer. Now, I won't be covering any big exploits on this channel for any Call of Duty because I will not be fear-mongering on this channel. It should always be assumed that any Call of Duty game, new or old, is completely insecure, and any exploit that currently arises from it is nothing new. When you play any Call of Duty game, you are taking an assumed risk that you are at risk by just playing that game. That's why the T7 patch for BO3 is so important, because as an older Call of Duty, it actually makes it possible to play this game sort of risk-free as long as you use it with the intended purpose, which I've never seen anyone in Discord ever use it as intended. As an extra layer of security while playing Black Ops 3, you can also consider using a VPN while playing. It will set your NAT type to probably moderate or strict, but it does give that layer of security, and I'm also sponsored by NordVPN, so you should probably use that. It's in the description below. Right now, you could probably save 77% off on a 2-year plan, plus get 3 extra months on top of that, as well as applying my coupon code if you click my link in order to actually get started. Now, if you like what I do, if you like what you see, and if you like what I stand for, then do hit that subscribe button. I don't always post Black Ops 3. I kind of just edit for me. I'm not going to lie. So if you want to see if my channel would match your taste, go ahead and check out my other videos I've created. I create a lot of gaming bullshit. But in the meantime, stay safe, stay secure, get yourself some NordVPN. Peace out.